My coworker sabotaged me on purpose. Then she accidentally promoted me in front of the board. Not because my boss finally saw my value, not because I begged, but because she tried to destroy my reputation and ended up exposing herself in the worst place possible. My name is Evan Carter. I'm 31, and for a long time, I was the kind of employee companies love and insecure coworkers resent. Quiet, consistent, unproblematic. The one who doesn't talk much but always fixes the mess. I worked at a mid-sized firm that handled enterprise accounts, onboarding, compliance, reporting, training. The boring stuff nobody claps for until it goes wrong. Our team supported one client that basically paid everyone's rent, a national healthcare group. If we lost them, the company wouldn't adjust, it would bleed. And I was the one assigned to keep that account stable. I wasn't flashy, I didn't do the office charisma thing. I did something more dangerous. I made people look good. And the moment you become the person who makes other people look competent, the wrong coworker decides you're a threat. Her name was Vanessa Grant, same job level on paper, but in real life, she treated the office like a stage, always networking, always smiling, always visible, and somehow always allergic to real responsibility. At first, she was friendly in a way that felt rehearsed. Her first week, she brought donuts, walked around like she was running for mayor, and said things like, "We're going to crush this quarter, guys." Then she looked at me a little too long and said, "You're the quiet one," like it was a diagnosis. I smiled politely, because in corporate life, you learn fast. Being quiet makes people underestimate you, and that can be useful. Things were fine until promotion season started. One role opened up, senior client ops lead. Better pay, more authority, direct line to director level leadership. Everyone wanted it, and I didn't even talk about it. I just did the work. I submitted my promotion packet with receipts, client emails praising me by name, metrics showing renewal risk dropped after I rebuilt workflows, two directors endorsing me, documentation of projects I led quietly while other people took credit loudly. I wasn't arrogant. I was realistic. I thought, this is finally my turn. Vanessa didn't like that. I didn't know it at first, but I started noticing tiny things, small changes in the air, the kind of stuff you only catch when you live inside a process. A meeting invite would appear on my calendar, then disappear. A task I had completed would reopen in the tracker like I never touched it. A client email thread would lose the attachment that proved we delivered on time. At first, I blamed the tools, glitchy systems, bad syncing. Then I realized it was targeted because it only happened to my work, and it always happened right before a deadline. The first real hit came on a Tuesday. We had a compliance submission due by 4 p.m., the kind where late doesn't mean oops, late means the client escalates to legal. I had everything ready the day before. Around noon, I checked the shared folder just to be safe, and the file was gone. Not moved, not renamed, gone. Like it had never existed, like I'd imagined it. My stomach dropped. I searched everywhere. Trash, backups, version history, nothing. That cold panic hit. The clean kind, not emotional panic, strategic panic. The kind where your brain goes quiet and your body starts calculating. I messaged Vanessa. "Hey, did you move the compliance file? I can't find it." She replied instantly. "Oh, weird. I didn't touch it. Maybe the system didn't sync." A smiley face. I stared at that message and felt something twist in my chest. Because files don't not sync into nothing. They vanish when someone makes them vanish. So I rebuilt it. 4 hours, no lunch, no bathroom break, just focus. We delivered at 3:58 p.m., 2 minutes before disaster. That should have been the end, but it wasn't, because now she learned something. I could survive sabotage. So she escalated. A week later, a director asked me to present a short update in our team meeting. Simple. 5 slides. Client status, risks, next steps. I built the deck, reviewed it twice, and emailed it to leadership the night before like I always did.
And that's when I realized this wasn't office drama, it was strategy. Next morning, I walk into the meeting, open the deck, and my slides are wrong. Not completely different, just wrong enough. Numbers swapped, dates shifted, a critical risk line removed. A quiet sabotage designed to make me look careless. Mid-presentation, the director frowned. "Evan," he said, "these dates don't match what we discussed." My throat tightened. I could feel eyes on me.
Vanessa sat across the table with that perfect neutral face, professional, innocent. And for 1 second, my body wanted to do what it always does: defend, explain, beg to be understood. But my brain clicked into a different mode because I recognized the pattern. This wasn't an accident. This was a trap. So I stopped, looked at the director calmly, and said, "You're right. This deck isn't my final version." Then I opened my laptop, pulled up my sent email, and forwarded the original deck, time-stamped from the night before, to the director in real time. You could feel the energy shift. Vanessa blinked once, hard, like her brain had to reboot. The director stared at the timestamp, then the deck in front of us, then me. He didn't say it out loud, but the question dropped into the room like a weight. If Evan sent the correct version, who changed it? After that meeting, I did what most people don't do. I didn't complain. I didn't gossip. I didn't run to HR with feelings. I started collecting data. Because when someone tries to destroy you, emotions won't save you. Evidence will. I documented everything, exported system logs, saved file version histories, screenshotted timestamps, kept a private folder with every deliverable I submitted and when I submitted it. And I changed one habit that changed everything. I stopped trusting shared folders. Every critical deliverable, I emailed it. Not to show off, not to be annoying, because email creates a trail, and trails become receipts. 2 weeks later, Vanessa tried again. This time, she went for the big one, the client's quarterly performance report. This report wasn't just a report. It was what executives used to decide whether to renew with us. If it went wrong, leadership would look for a scapegoat, and Vanessa wanted that scapegoat to be me. The report included a section called Process Exceptions, basically anything that could make us look risky. I filled it accurately, clean, professional, no drama. Then I submitted the report for final review. The day it was sent to the client, my inbox lit up. Message from the client's compliance lead. "Evan, can we talk urgently?" My stomach sank. I joined the call. Her tone was tight. "We received the report," she said, "and it claims your team had 0 process exceptions this quarter." 0. That was a lie. Not a criminal lie, a corporate lie. The kind that makes clients feel manipulated. And I knew exactly what Vanessa did. She edited the report after my submission, removed the exceptions section, made it look prettier and far riskier. Because if the client discovered the truth later, it would look like we hid it. And the person who owned the report would get blamed. Me. I didn't react emotionally. I didn't throw Vanessa under the bus on the call. I kept my voice calm and said, "Thank you for flagging that. Give me 10 minutes. I'm going to send you the submitted version and the revision history." She paused. "Revision history?" "Yes," I said. "We track edits internally. I'll send the audit trail." 10 minutes later, I sent 3 things. 1. The original report I submitted, time-stamped, with the exception section intact. 2. The file version history showing edits made after my submission. 3. The system log showing the user account that made the edit. Vanessa Grant. No commentary, no emotion, just facts. The compliance lead went quiet. Then she said slowly, "I appreciate this. This changes the situation." And then she said the sentence that made my hands go numb. "Our executive team is briefing your company's board tomorrow morning. We'd like you to present." The board. Not my director, not my manager, the board. I ended the call and just sat there staring at my screen because I understood what Vanessa didn't. She didn't just sabotage me, she escalated our biggest client. And now leadership had no choice but to look closely. That night, I got a calendar invite. Board briefing, client risk review. My name was on it. So was Vanessa's. And in that moment, I realized she still thought this was a game she could win. The next morning, I walked onto the executive floor. It smelled like expensive coffee and quiet power. And this is where her game stopped being private. In the conference room, the CEO, two board members, legal, and the client's compliance director. And Vanessa, sitting two chairs away from me, posture perfect. She leaned in, voice sweet like poison. "Try not to mess this up," she whispered. I looked at her and smiled. "I won't." The meeting started fast. A board member opened with one question. Who can explain why the client flagged misrepresentation in reporting? Vanessa jumped in immediately. "I can," she said confidently. "There was confusion, and Evan—" The board member raised a hand. "No," he said. "We asked for the report owner."
Vanessa hesitated. Her confidence flickered. "The report owner is Evan," she said quickly, trying to sound helpful. The board member turned to me. "Evan," he said, "walk us through what happened." I spoke calmly. No drama, no revenge, just a timeline. I pulled up the original report, then the edited report, then the system log, then the version history, and I let the room see it. The client's compliance director leaned forward. "Can you confirm the edit was made internally after submission?" she asked. "Yes," I said, "and the audit log shows the user account." Vanessa's face started to change. Not guilty tears, not a breakdown, just panic. Because she realized the one thing she never considered. Systems remember. People forget, but systems remember. The CEO turned his head slowly toward Vanessa. "Vanessa," he said, "did you make these edits?" Vanessa swallowed. I was trying to improve clarity," she said. The compliance director's expression hardened. "You removed a disclosure section," she said. "That's not clarity, that's omission." Vanessa's voice cracked. "I didn't think it was necessary." Legal cut in, flat and cold. It was necessary, and it created risk. The room went quiet. Not awkward quiet, danger quiet. Then the board member asked me, "Evan, can this account be stabilized?" "Yes," I said, "if we stop letting non-owners edit compliance documents and rebuild trust with transparent reporting." The compliance director nodded once. That nod mattered. Then the board member said, "We're restructuring oversight of strategic accounts." He looked at me. "We want you leading it." Vanessa's eyes widened. For a second, she looked like she was going to speak. Then she realized there was nothing she could say that wouldn't make her look worse.
The CEO added, "Effective immediately, Evan will operate as client operations lead for strategic accounts. Reporting line will be director level. Compliance reporting routes through him." And then the CEO said, without raising his voice, "Vanessa will follow up with you separately." That's corporate language for "you're done." After the meeting, I walked into the hallway and my hands started shaking. Not because I felt powerful, because my nervous system finally let go of weeks of pressure. I didn't win by being loud. I didn't win by being liked. I won by being precise. Vanessa resigned 2 days later. Not fired publicly, just gone. No farewell email, no goodbye cupcakes, just an empty chair. The client renewed, and the compliance director wrote one sentence I still keep saved. "Evan, thank you for integrity under pressure." That word, integrity, felt like a promotion by itself. And here's the part nobody tells you. The person who tries to sabotage you usually thinks you'll react emotionally, that you'll panic, that you'll explode, that you'll make yourself look guilty. But if you stay calm, Document everything and let the facts speak. Their sabotage turns into a confession. So let me ask you, if a coworker tried to destroy your career behind your back, would you confront them immediately, or would you stay quiet and let the receipts do the talking? Drop your answer in the comments. Like and subscribe, because here, one story always leads to another.